Yo, Frank. Hello, Kyle. Uh, where is. I had a damn cigarette lighter around here when I sit in here. When I sit in here and smoke cigarettes, and I don't know where it went. Of course. What's up, Bernsey? Bob? Jeremy? Brian? John? Hello, everyone. I am dotting I's. I'm a little bit behind, but it's no fault of my own. I got up this morning, cranked the old lemon, the black lemon, and she sounded bad. And then it fired up and went and died. Cranked it up again. And only this time it didn't sound sluggish. It went and like bogged down again. I was like, you piece of shit. So I took my battery and I ended up getting the truck running, and I drove it to the shop here so I could work on it. I pulled the battery out and I got the battery tester on it, and the battery tested weak, but it wasn't bad, just weak. And I was like, maybe I can take this thing back to Walmart and get a freshie. So Kyle, the gauges, the one of them, I didn't have a tack. The tack went out. Everything else was working fine, but the tack was reading 0. So I tried to pull a return at Walmart for my. I tried to trade my good battery for a good battery, and I would have got away with it, but the little manager came up, and the girl was asking her. She was new, and she was asking her how to work the system, or how to put in a return for the battery or an exchange. And she's like, well, you got to check the battery first. I was like, so she put it on the checker, and the manager lady was like, your battery's good. I'm like, it's not good. It's okay. But okay, that kind of helps me, because if your checker says it's good and mine says it's weak, you got a pretty nice checker. I'll uh, I'll go work on the alternator. So I go snatch the alternator off, and I've got an old alternator off of my other motor, and I go take those to Advanced Auto Parts, and I said, "Can y'all check these alternators?" Dude takes them back. Says, "Sure can." Takes them back. Comes back about 5 minutes later, and he says, "Nobody told me that our alternator machine doesn't work." I said, "Great." He said, "So I can't check these." So on to the next place. We go to AutoZone. The guy at AutoZone spins them, and he's like, "This one's worn out." I was like, "That's not what I'm looking for, dude. I'm not looking for you to like knock on them and tap on them and tell me if they're good or not. Like, I want like a real check. Like, put a load on it, see what it's doing." And so this dude was real dumb. So he was like, "My machine won't read these." I'm like, "What do you mean they won't read them? It's like probably the most standard alternator on the planet. Like, GM's been using them for 40 years." And he's like, "Yeah, it doesn't recognize them." I was like, "Okay." So I go to the next store. Dude says, "I can't check those alternators." I said, "Why not?" He said, "I could if it were in the truck, but I don't have a power supply to power it with the little 2 prong." I was like, "All right." He's like, "I need like the computer hooked up to it." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "I can sell you one." I was like, "At this point, just sell me a damn alternator. So I just bought another one. Guess what? It worked. Oh, what will explode? Funny you should ask that. Your dicks. When you see these baits that I just got done painting, they're going to blow right off your bodies because they're probably the sexiest thing I've ever seen, dude. So the green, the chartreuse, I will say, and I'm not just like blowing smoke up y'all's ass. I've planted a lot of chartreuse stuff in my life. Lots. And I think this is a historical type chartreuse pattern. You know, you got your faded dolphin, you got your moon glow, you got your all these like combinations, you got your sun grannies, all these famous patterns of chartreuse variations. This could be one. This could be one. This one's got a little fuzz on it. Let me get that off. Where do all these little crumbs come from, dude? You get like little dust bunnies flying around. That one's got it on it too. Probably from that stupid napkin. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, Morgan. You won't. It looks white. It looks white. But I'm telling you, what if I turn the light off? No, you still can't see it. I'll have to go out in the sun, dude. It is like the trippiest chartreuse you've ever seen because when you look at it from the side, it looks like a faded chartreuse. But when you turn it, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. So upon just looking at it from the side, it looks like a faded out kind of chartreuse. But when you turn it and when the bait rolls and flashes, it's going to flash brighter than it actually appears. And this jewel is probably the other sexiest thing you've ever seen because the green and it's not even green, but that's the beauty of these two colors is when you look at them. It's probably my favorite thing to do is to make colors that you can't really tell what they are. Like when you look at it and you're like, is that green or is that blue or is that gray? Gray, blue, green. That's what this one is. But like I said, you can't see Jack sitting in here in the shitty lighting. So I'm about to dot these I's and I will get them clear coated here in a little while, and they will be on the website tonight because I have to pay everyone. I have to pay Burns. I have to pay my wife. I have to pay the alternator people. Your boy has to get paid. So the pipers are calling, and I can't tell you how upsetting it was to have to spend $200 on a Chinese alternator that I know I could have bought on Rock Auto for like $75. But I got to drive something. Inflation. Yes, you can't even buy a Chinese alternator for $110 anymore. Ridiculous. These are the SB1s. Bo, what's up, dude? I didn't do sorry for you SB1 guys. I didn't do the red again. I did the chartreuse that I did on the big one, but just a little variation of it. I did like a little spritz of green on the top. You'll be able to see it. Um, they look more cohesive as a pair. Um, Morgan, I don't even buy new truck tires too. I guess it's because I'm like a broke dick bait painter. But even when I had a little scratch, I just buy used ones to see if I liked them or not. Like I get on Marketplace and buy me a set of like half like 20,000 mile, you know, Toyos, or then I'd try like BFGs, or then I'd try like Nittos, and then I'd try like I've been through all the tires just to see what I like, because there's nothing worse than spending 2 grand on a set of tires and then realizing you hate them. Um, because I had the Toyo MTs and those are expensive as shit, and I used set that had like a bunch of miles left on them, and those were the hardest riding tires I've ever owned in my life. Like I've owned probably any like every type of mud terrain and all terrain tire there is. Lots. Because I mean, over the life cycle of 4 different trucks, and I've tried them all. Um, and those Toyos, which are very expensive tires, were awful, awful. So I'm glad I learned my lesson on those. Dude, I had a napkin over here like 2 seconds ago that I was wiping these things off with. Where does this stuff go? Cooper Discoverers. Those are good tires. I had a set of those Cooper STTs on my Tahoe, and those were pretty good tires. 37s. I had 36s on my old truck, but it was a '95 Silverado. That was my first truck. I got the bright idea I wanted to lift it, and lifting it now as a 40-year-old, 39-year-old, I wish it was stock. But the frame had to get cut and all this other good shit, so there's no going back. Um, it's got 35s on it right now on stock wheels. It looks pretty good. But I think I'm gonna crank down the torsion bars and maybe put smaller blocks on the back and try and shrink it a little bit. Yeah, I am having a rough time because I'm talking and I'm not dotting. You're right, Burns. You're exactly right. Can't focus. A lot going on today. I was gonna come up here and do these last night, but Amy called me and she said, "You gotta come home because I gotta go to dance." And the place where the Bean Takes Dance is having the parents do a dance for some god awful reason. Um, but she asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said, I don't think I'm in the mood to do any dancing, so I'm not dancing. But so I had to keep the kids, and rather than come back up here and paint baits, and then I got up, truck was running like ass. Had to fix it, so I got it fixed, so we're good to go. But they put me behind on bait doings. Ooh, hell, you drilled into fresh fiberglass. I'm glad that was you and not me. That shit scares me. I remember when I installed my ram mount on my Triton when it was new. It terrified me. it terrified me because it was right there by the console, all that beautiful glittered gel coat with a big gross hole in it with a ram mount stuck to it. Looking back, wish I wouldn't have done the ram mount, but it can be fixed. Holes can be patched. Ram mount can be removed. My old buddy out in Austin, Walter, I used to ask him, be like, "Hey, can you fix this?" I said, "If you can break it, I can fix it." All right. Pellets for when I was when I was dick deep in tournament fishing, and I thought that side scan was going to open up all these new options for me, and I realized that looking back, that I never found anything really with my. I mainly got side imaging in order for me to see what was actually going on the stuff I had already found. That was the part I was most curious about. I wanted to see all those spots that I had found, what was actually going on under the water, and it really wasn't that eye opening. Like I found some stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is cool, but like all my good stuff I found was without it. So I don't feel like it really opened any. I didn't have any like great epiphanies by getting side imaging. I do have a picture that I took on my phone of a of a side imaging image of probably one of the bigger schools of 3 to 4 pound spotted bass you'll ever see. That was kind of cool because once I got my unit, I was like, let's see what's out there on this hump, and I scanned it, and when I did, I was like, wow, this is a lot more fish than I thought lived here. And it was funny because I scanned it after I'd caught them. Like we had sat there and just like hammered on them. And I told Jody, I was like, let's see what else is out here. Like let's see how many are out here. And I went and scanned it, and a lot more than I expected. Especially for the bite to die, you know what I mean? Like we were thinking, oh yeah, we're so awesome, we caught them all. Wrong. There's still a couple hundred more down there. I bought this truck off an old man that couldn't drive anymore. Those tires only had 7,000 miles on them, so I wasn't expecting to have to replace them yet. Ooh. Morgan, I had a guy up in my parents' neighborhood that had a 97 Z71, top of the line, immaculate leather. Beautiful truck. And I told him back in the day, I said, if you ever want to sell that truck, you let me know. I said, I drive by here all the time. Flag me down. He said, all right. Well, then I pulled up one day, and the truck was gone. And it was never gone. It just sat in the driveway. And I looked in it, and I stopped, and I got out, and I knocked on his door. And his name was like LJ or something. I was like, LJ, where's the white truck? He's like, I traded it. I was like, dude, I wanted to buy that thing. And I said, just out of curiosity, how many miles did you have on that thing? And he's like, 20,000. I was like, 20,000, really? And he's like, yeah. He said, hell, I never use it. I just take it up to the grocery store every now and again. And I was like, you buy it new? He said, yeah. He said, it's lived in this garage its whole life. I said, wow, that's pretty awesome. I said, what'd you trade it in on? He's like, one of them new Mustangs. I was like, ugh, come on, dude. He's like, yeah, that thing's fast. Damn. But I thought they were going to hose him. But I asked him, I said, what'd they give you in trade for it? He said, they gave me 12 grand. I was like, never would have thought that. I said, I bet whoever bought it for a personal vehicle. He kept it. Kept that rig. I'm gonna have to split these up. Darius, what's up? You been fishing? Brian, Dr. Marty, you going down to DK's to organize a shop? Yeah, I can. I'm really in bad shape with my organizational skills because I've been saying I'm gonna like clean stuff up. Burns, I don't have my damn. Now I got paint on my shirt. I don't have my lighter, bro. It's around here somewhere. Let me overturn some things. No, behind there, no. Like it shouldn't be very far from where I sit, right? Like I shouldn't be heat setting things over here. Found it. Let me run through and give these a little bit of heat. Shaking your head in shame. Don't worry. I don't see any bubbles anyway, so we're pretty good. Rich, I did not. I changed out a battery and an alternator instead. Which the problem was, the alternator to take out took me about 30 seconds. Driving around finding somebody to check it was the hard part. I know I could have done it at home with a multimeter, but I didn't have one. So I had to go up to the auto parts store with the rest of the rubes and say, can you check my battery? I had to get in that line. Okay. Brian, I will. I will give the Patreoners, the campers, the email. As long as you don't share it with your friends, moles. As long as you don't blow the email out to your whole email list. Forward to all. Okay, I'm splitting these up into 5 on a rack because they're so big. I don't want one to lean and hit the other one. So it's just a little preventative maintenance that I hopefully don't dick anything up. Because these are monsters. This one's really pretty. But it's white, so you definitely can't see it either. But I'll do a good little video out there in the sun to where you can see what the actual colors look like. Block Ella's address again. I need to. Have you ever seen carp get aggressive? No. All I see carp do is swim around lazily. Okay. I'm putting white eyes on these. On the white ones. We're gonna roll with the light colored theme. Okay. Never personally seen it. No, I've never. And I've talked about this before, but people always talk about matching their baits to like baby carp. Never seen one of those either. I'm sure they exist, obviously, but I've never seen one. I don't know where they hang out. When they put carp in, when they ruined Lake Austin and put carp in there, and all the carp ate all the grass up, they ran out of grass to eat, and the carp would come up and they would, if there was like an overhanging limb or green tree on the bank, and the limbs were like hanging near the water, the carp would come up out of the water and like try to grab those leaves because there wasn't anything else to eat. Unofficial lake record. What kind of trout? Lake trout. Haven't seen that. Where was that out of? I've never seen I haven't seen anything on this. Did you say world record? World record. That's exciting. I like it when world records get broken. Way cooler than state records. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kyle, every carp I've ever seen was like 45 inches long. Where's the babies at? Where's like the 2-pounders? Where's the dink carp? Dude, these things are so damn sexy. I can't get over this. I can't get over this. It's going to take a damn gallon of clear to clear them, though. So I was thinking about earlier when I was painting them. I was like, damn, how much clear am I going to have to mix to damn paint these things? This is like it's like painting 30 swim baits, clear coating. I'm gonna talk myself into keeping them. I would like to. I need to keep one as a color sample, or go out there and paint myself one. Repaint my sample. Miss this one. Anthony, still on the search for the Excalibur jerks? It's funny you mentioned liking those because I was looking around on the internet somewhere and I think I saw a picture of somebody's inside somebody's tackle room or something. And it was like a picture inside somebody's like jerkbait box. It might have been that Jason Christie thing. But I want to say when he opened that box, I saw some of those Excalibur jerkbaits in there. I was like, oh, he knows. Secret jerkbait that is very similar. Did y'all see that Jason Christie in his garage article that had the pictures of all of his stuff? His little man cave was pretty weak, I must say. His bait cave was pretty weak, but if you look closely in the background, hanging on his peg, there was two notable things that Morgan saw and Nasty Nate saw. And no, it was Travis Stearman. I think all three of them, we talked about it. But everybody saw the first thing first, and that was his Boogerman buzzbaits on the wall. And the interesting thing I think about Jason Christie having Boogerman buzzbaits on the wall was that they weren't the standard size Boogerman. They were the gigantic musky buzzer. Like to get like I know Steve Kennedy throws a big buzzbait like that, and obviously I guess Jason Christie. But I wonder who else has got those giants. If you haven't seen one, I'll show it to you. Bill Dance. Did you see Bill Dance is repping? Is he repping Cast King now? You know the fishing world's getting shitty when Bill Dance best he can do is Cast King. I mean, Bill's repped some shitty stuff back in the day, but I sold a ton of those big Boogerman to folks when they were going out. Ryan, why? Why did you do that? Did you sell them to Jason Christie? Bill can still sell. Yeah. Even KastKing. That's probably what they were talking about. They're like, dude, I bet Bill Dance can still even sell this stuff. You just got to have the wallet for him, because I'm sure he's still pricing it. I need to reskirt these. I haven't thrown them in forever. But you want to get one's attention? I don't even have enough lung capacity to make this damn prop spin. Pretty large buzzbait. This one's seeing a little action. But I found that interesting to see those in Mr. Christie's cabinet. Come and throw your dancing eels. Got to blow at a 45. John, come on, bro. It blows. Does the same to me. They all spin. I'm lightheaded. This was 5+ years ago. I usually keep one or two of something like that, but I didn't. Ryan, what else did you get out? What else did you get out of? What else did you unload? AJ, you didn't miss much. What did we miss? Anyone here like the Lucky Craft KJ flats? I never bought any of those. I liked the little SKT flats, like the medium runners. Or the little square bill ones. I've caught a massive amount of fish on those. Massive. Never caught any big ones, but it was like a bite getter. Cleaned out the bugs. I wish I'd have known that. Blowing the lead on the final day, but unfortunately, AJ, that was kind of out of your control. It's kind of out of your control, I feel like. I have a couple already, Brendan. I have a couple. These are not for me. These are for y'all. KastKing is trash. You probably did good on the Excalibur one knockers. I bought before KastKing was like really here. I bought some of their braid off of like Alibaba or something, AliExpress. And you know what? I didn't hate it. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst braid I've ever used. I think I've actually still got some spooled up over here. Not that I would know, because I've got every kind of braid imaginable. I think I've got that J braid on everything now, or Power Pro. But I don't recall hating the KastKing. Maybe I did. I don't know. Usually when I hate something, it's like ingrained in my brain. But for some reason, I have an inkling that I did not hate KastKing as bad as I thought I would. Just the braid. That's the only thing I ever used. The best bang for the buck in reels is the lose something. I couldn't tell you. I'm not the guy to ask, Bob. In my opinion, a used Corrado would be the best bang. I hate feeling a graphite body reel flex in the palm. Give me an old school Shimano Greenie or a Scorpion Metanium any day. Yeah, I don't. The problem with the old reels is that they're harder to get parts for now. If I were smart, I would probably start buying and hoarding parts. But I really, knock on wood, haven't needed any in all these years. I'm trying to think. The only thing I have problems with is I dick the handles up. I've broken a couple handles and some knobs. I've got one. I don't know what's going on with it, but I have one, and I've cleaned it and I've put like new bearings in the knob, and put Loctite on the threads when I put the little screw in. And the damn thing, the knob sticks, like it won't spin free. And it usually happens when you over tighten the little nut, but like it's free, and then like it just starts sticking. It's weird. That's the only thing I wish I could change with Shimano. Is I wish Shimano would reverse their threads to righty tighty, lefty loosey. Because it always irks me when I have to tighten a knob's little nut, lefty tighty, righty loosey. But that's really my only complaint with Shimano. Like I said, those reels I've got over there have been through some shit, dude. And the only thing that I've, knock on wood, the reel I flipped with, I broke the handle off of, and I think it had gotten a little saltwater corrosion. That was what caused it. But for the most part, they've been really, really good. And I do own Scorpions now. I bought those years and years ago. That was the best. I think that was the best deal I probably ever got on eBay. There was a dude out in California selling his reels, and for whatever reason, he had 3 Scorpions up, and they were the E series, the 1500s or whatever. And there was one that was a 6-3-1, and then there was 2 7-1s. And he had them started out as $50. And the I guess maybe the listings look kind of shady. I don't know. But they started out as $50, and I went through all of them and put my max bid as like 65 on all 3 of those reels. And that was just one of those things where you're like, all right, I'm gonna throw this out there. Maybe I'll get lucky. You forget about it. Then you're laying in bed and you get notifications. You won. You won. You won. I was like, I won what? And I looked. And I won 3 Scorpions, and I was like, holy shit. And I looked at the price, and it was like $65 for all. I think one of the 7-1, I might have put like $70 on it or something, but I paid like 65, and 70. And the only problem with them was that they like had a little bit of rash on the had a little bit of rash on the frames or on the bodies, which didn't bother me at all because it said, like, in his description, it was like, 7.5 out of 10, beauty, aesthetics, uh, 9.5 out of 10 mechanical. I was like, that's what I need. So when I got them, like, you could have not, like, I don't think this reel was that smooth out of the box. Like, he was right. Mechanically, they were flawless. And I will say they do cast better than any of my E series reels. So the Scorpions were much better. I don't, Brian. I'm a righty. Um, yeah, there's the Steve Kennedy 200 class, and then there's the E class. Correct, Stearman. I've still got a bunch of the 200s. But I don't know. That's what I was thinking about. I don't know what parts I would order for them. Like, I feel like you can get bearings; those go out. Drag washers you could probably make if you had to. I'm trying to think. Like, maybe like a couple pawls, a couple of worm gears. Besides that, maybe some sort of like part of the thumb bar. I don't know, dude. Like I said, I've never had one break. Um, the only part I've ever had to order from one was a reel handle. Um, and I really don't know what I would stock up on to stock up. Um, like I felt like the 200s broke on me more than the other ones, the E's. I feel like I replaced a few more parts in those than I did other ones, but I was buying those used a lot. I would buy every one I found, like, at a decent price. Um, I am, Brian. You haven't heard what a strange person I am? So I'll fill you in. So I cast with my left arm and I reel with my right, like you're supposed to. I don't switch hands. I just cast with that one, reel. Um, I write left-handed. Here's the good one. I write left-handed. I airbrush right-handed. I'm certainly a serial killer. And I can't write with an airbrush left-handed, but I can paint with it right-handed. Real weird. And it took me uh it no, dot I is left-handed. It's just reversed on your screen, I think. But I remember I've been painting for a while, and I decided I was going to try and like practice and write something. And I started writing. I was like, why can't I write with this airbrush? And I literally looked down at my hand and I was like, why are you using that hand? So I put my airbrush in my left hand and like tried to write, and it was like okay. Um, but it was odd. You pitch and flip with my left and reel with my right. So you pitch like that and then just start reeling. Yeah, you're very efficient. You don't have to do the old switcheroo. You don't have to worry about your pants getting pulled down when you pitch somewhere, and you get the bite when you're switching hands. Lumbar springs, side plates, a few pinions, mains, and pawls. It's probably pretty smart. Ooh, have fun, Jeremy. Hope you get some rat bites. My hand switcher, dude. I think the majority of people are. Um, I play the guitar right-handed. I shoot basketball right-handed. I shoot a pew pew right-handed. I play golf left-handed. I throw a baseball left-handed. I throw, football left-handed. I bat left-handed. Golf left-handed. It really just depends on what I'm doing. Like, it takes me a little bit. Like if I do something new, it takes me a little bit to like just figure out. Yeah, I use a right-handed. I use right-handed reels. But if I'm doing something new that requires some sort of dexterity, I I just have to like try and see which feels normal. You can bat and golf from both sides. That is interesting. That is interesting. And that's the other weird thing. So get this. If I use, by some freak circumstance, I pick up a spinning reel, I like the reel handle of a spinning reel on the left-hand side that I reel with my left hand, and that feels completely normal. But if I put the handle on the right side, like all my bait casters, it feels goofy as shit. I can't do it. But I can. It's really odd because I can. When you give me a spinning reel, I'll use my right hand, and I can cast really good with my right hand with a spinning reel, and like flip the bail and reel with a spinning reel fine. But if you give me a bait caster, I cast with my left arm just fine. But if you give me a left-handed bait casting reel, that feels real weird because uh, I uh, I remember I got really excited because Eric was talking about. He's like, "Oh, I've got all these old Shimano's I'm ready to unload." And I was like, "Good, send them down here." And he's like, "Are you a lefty?" And I was like, "No, you're a lefty." And he was like, "Yes." I was like, "All your reels are left-handed?" He was like, "Yes." I was like, "Fuck, it's gonna work out a deal. Paint 1,000 crankbaits, get some damn JDM Shimano stuff." But no, he's lefty. Um, Southpaw that writes right, cast right, reel left, and bat right, shoot left. That is weird. That is weird. Trade you? Oh, Travis, you got some reels? I'm always interested in some reels. I wish you had some old Powells. You got some E's that are on the. You got some E's that are in the trash pile that you've blown the gears out of. Switch chances the lure is in midair. That's a good technique. It's a good technique. Brian, I'm with you, dude. What's your what's your what's your is that still your like is that still what you prefer to use, Stearman? The E series, or have you moved on? Have a good one, Jeremy. Don't catch them all, but catch them all. Cast backhand with spinning gear. That's odd. That's odd. You have to switch, considering you can play golf either way, Burns. Playing golf, I don't know how the hell you do that, dude. I can barely hit a golf ball left-handed, which is natural. I couldn't imagine trying to switch. Like I could probably, the best I could do would probably be pitch, like whether like a pitching wedge or something. I could probably pitch right-handed, and I could definitely not putt. I could get by putting, but like actually a full like hard swing, there's no way I could do that. Um, Dad and brother shoot a hockey stick left but golf right. That's very odd. I didn't know we had so many lefty reel users. Here's a question I have that maybe somebody can answer for me. Is back in the day, I think it was Jay Yellis would buy. He would use both right-handed and left-handed reels. So for his like stuff he would cast and wind, he would use I think right-handed, but when he would pitch and flip, he would use left-handed reels, and he would pitch with his right hand, and then he would start reeling. So I started looking into this, and I was like, I'm weird, so maybe that would be of some sort of benefit to me to try this. And I never converted for one reason, and that was if you took a right-handed Corrado, I don't even think it was Corrados at the time. It was like Daiwas. Were the first like left-handed reels I remember seeing, and if you put the right-handed Daiwa next to the left-handed one, the left-handed one always looked weird. Like I feel like the whole body and the whole frame was different looking, and I could never figure it out, like why it looked so strange. And I was like, those left-handed reels just look dumb. So I've actually started shooting with both my eyes open. I feel like I can see better with both of them open. I kind of fog my left one up, and then just I don't know. I don't know, South Jersey. I've never had my eyes checked, but when I like growing up, when like my dad was teaching me to shoot, he'd be like, "Close your eye and do this," and then like once I got old enough to like do whatever I wanted, I just started keeping both my eyes open. Um, so because it just felt better, like I could see better and I could shoot better like that. Um, oh, you got the boxes for all your E's. That's nice. Uh, did you say anywhere that that's have you replaced any E's with a reel you like better? When I hit my mid 40s, I'll need reading glasses. Probably burns. If I have to get out there and paint with glasses, I might need to give up. That would really that would really be disturbing. This year I shaved my head. Next year I'll be painting in glasses, looking down them. It sucks getting old. The Bantam, yeah, those look nice. Those look nice. Yeah, if you want to start parting out your E's, I'll paint all the shit you want, bro. I haven't fished with a K or a Bantam though. Brennan, I'm sure there'll be somebody to come along. There's Bill Barton. He's cool. Although I've never talked to Bill. John Pryor. He's he's the guy to look up to. JP. BBC, you're next. You're next. is the White Chronarch E series. Those were nice. My buddy had one of those, and I was thinking about it. That's the other difference, Travis. I think that most of my casting is not far. So the majority of the time, like, I would never notice if a reel didn't cast as far as like another one, because I'm never like maxing out the potential of a reel as far as distance. Rich, that was a really good one. That was a really good one. Thank you for tuning in for the marathon. I'm surprised it lasted that long, but it was awesome. Brennan, what would happen? Brendan, what would happen if you put epoxy over one of these paint jobs? Does it go on smooth? Like if you put a very light coat of epoxy, would that do anything? Would that fisheye? That would be a good way to test. Is just put epoxy over. I guess just clear coat anything, or like don't clear coat a bait. Just find something else and like spray primer on it, and then just clear coat it and see what happens. That's what I'd just start clear coating shit. Go find you a piece of metal, spray some gray primer on it, and clear it. What's up, Tim? I'm sure I asked before, but can't remember before. Marty, did you ever build any? Bob, yeah, we've actually, me and my dad built a bunch of stuff. A lot. He did. Me and my dad built the stuff that that I didn't want to bother Burns with, like the weird, not the weird stuff, but like just like the stuff that I knew would be a pain in his ass. The really round stuff. Oh yeah, he did clone the. He cloned this one. That was one we built back in the day. But for the majority, ow! Here's one me and the old man built. He would carve out the shapes and that kind of stuff, and I was more on lip angles, weights, profiles, that kind of stuff. So that was one. A little boo boo in it, but pretty baits. Pretty baits. Yeah, it's B3. That one's real good. So these are probably and these are all through wire. Not that it matters, but That's just how my dad liked doing it for whatever reason. But yeah, these are probably in my tackle, in my balsa collection. These are probably the rarest. Are the baits that my dad built. But I had to deal with all the coatings, like the build coats and the sealing it and doing all that kind of shit and make them look pretty. So he could get a little way there, but to make it actually look like a fishing lure, yeah, he would carve it out and get it to the shape and like all that kind of stuff, and then I'd leave the bill out and cut the bill slot and all that kind of shit, and then I would pretty much take it from there. He told me if you want a JP update on spinner baits, let's see. Ooh, there's a picture of Burns's crankbait that Pryor painted for him. Where did he say? Burns, I can't wait for you to get baits from him. Your dick's gonna blow off too. It's gonna shoot right out of your pants. Let's see. Where did I talk to JP last? Instagram user. I don't know who that is. John Pryor. There he is. I think he said this weekend. Friday, May 5th, he said, I'll probably finish them up over the weekend. It's supposed to rain again. So I did notice what body styles you sent, which I've only seen two. Topwater, and there's like a little medium diver. But I've actually got a whole. Kyle, he lives in Georgia. This old rigid box is filled with baits that me and my dad worked on back in the day. They're all in some varying form of something. It's mainly Balsa B3s. I mean, it's nothing but Balsa B3s. There's some weird little foil bait. There's a prop bait he did. But the oh, this is interesting. It's like a weird little B2 style. There's like a Killer B3. There's one of those little ones that Burns built. This one's cool because this one is real thin. It's like the one that Burns built, except it's real sleek. I think we found that out the hard way, Burnsy. why this thing's still sitting in here. What else is in here? Some sort of weird foiled glide thing. All kinds of stuff, dudes. All kinds of stuff. Hopper. Foiled patterned baby bass. So the base of this bait was sprayed black, and all these little diamonds are cut out of the foil. Kind of interesting. It says TK and Bop, but that was a cool bait. That one's pretty gnarly. Another one of those glides. Some sort of something without a lip slot cut in it. Don't know, but it's been foiled. Back when I liked foiling gill plates for some reason, like a buffoon. Tennessee Bassmaster is not getting in trouble for watching today. That's good. I hope you don't get grounded for watching the Tacklecraft afternoon stream. Nowhere, knowing where I live. That's good. I like. Any big plans for Mother's Day? Yeah, we're gonna go to my sister's house and go to my sister's house, and my grandmother and my parents and everybody's gonna go over there and eat. I hope that guy looking for shiny glides found you. I don't know who that would have been. How are we looking on eye drying? I really need to get these clear coated. My time is running out. I think I can dot. Yeah, they're still looking a little wet. Where's my damn eye daughter now? Where's my pupil daughter? There it is. All right. They'll drop tonight. Come hell or high water, these baits are going up tonight. They're going up tonight. I'm going to let these eyes dry, and then I'm going to go out there and blast them clear on them. All right. Already lost the lighter. How's it possible? There it is. Under a rag. These damn crumbs really get on my nerves. They fly out of nowhere. Okay. I'll have to message all the SB1 guys and let them know that their SB1s are ready. Might as well stay on for Clear Coat and call it a free Patreon. Oh, that would be that would be pretty. That would be pretty boring to watch. I don't know, unless you Clear Coat, then it would probably be interesting. But Clear Coating is pretty boring. Although I will say, I love watching a guy clear coat a car. Frank, no detonation. The only detonation is going to be uh, tackle campers' wieners when they get these baits in the mail and they look at them in the sun. They're going to explode right out of their pants. That's my prediction. These will have a disclaimer. Not responsible for your wiener rocketing off of your body. All right. SB1s. SB1s. Done. Let me sign them. I got a new pin. It's got double tape on it, just signifying that it's the new one. And I will say it writes real good. Who's firing shots? What's up with AJ always running into these strange ass things when he is fishing? What did he see? Let me go back up. The hotel we were staying at had a swingers convention going on Saturday when we arrived. I don't think it's coincidence, Jim. I don't think it's coincidence. You think he just showed up and oh, look at here, out in the middle of nowhere by some lake, there's a swingers convention. Odd. He just looked up swinger hotel and booked it. So, well, that's where we're staying. Is it a limit 1 pack per purchase? I would say 2. 2 would be the limit. I'll put it in the description. 2 per household. All right, nice signatures on those. They are ready to go. Those are pretty. Those are pretty. No, I had a 7.3 4 years ago. Yeah, Darius, what was the what was the final conclusion of your up north Smalley trip? Would you have been better off staying in K Lake? Inflamed disc. Ouch. These are going to have some damn John Pryor eyes on them. Big, juicy ones. I think I might need to step down a drill bit size. Pryor does them big eyes. I like big eyes, little pupils. Yeah, these are Pryor eyes on these. Just this one actually. This one has JP eyes. Very large, exaggerated eyes. Where Eric is fishing is cheating. Yes, correct. Googling swingers hotel with clientele that don't look like me. Oh. Excuse me, is this the Best Western? Yes. I'm looking to do a little bass angling and get a little stank on my hang low. Is this, would your hotel be accommodating for that? Yes, sir. We have a room available. Okay, thank you. Is that how the conversation went, AJ? the power bait suite. That's pretty damn funny. That is pretty damn funny. The power bait suite. Excuse me, ma'am. Have you ever heard of power bait? No, but it sounds divine. Sounds divine. It was our Senate with an accent. Oh, this is funny. Okay. His pupils are all over the place. Noodling gloves. You get a new pair every time you go in. You get a new pair of noodling gloves. Compliments of Mr. AJ. Oh, so AJ turned it into a swingers event. He made all the wives of all the patrons there turn into swingers. It's impressive, AJ. You're a stud, dude. You're a stallion. Oh, no. That wasn't good. Tried to wipe something off. And smudge the eye. Oh, it needs a sign. I will sign while these are here. I don't think they all added up to a 10. Later, Burns. I don't know that I've ever been anywhere where there was a swingers convention, especially by accident. Is anybody fishing this weekend? Is what I'd like to know. I'd also like to know, what did you catch all your fish on, AJ? And where was this swingers convention? Lake of the Ozarks? Pike and Walleye open. Frank, that doesn't even make sense to me, bro. Hella's going 10 days in a row. This is going to be the start of it. Hella, what stage are your fish? Pre-spawn? The opener in Minnesota. I've seen 1,000 boats on the road in a span of 15 minutes. That's pretty awesome, though. That's pretty awesome. Everybody's getting fired up. Does anybody know what's happening on Lay Lake? Who's winning? Palaniuk still? Pre-spawn and spawn. Until we got the store, so he's already seen some on beds. That's wild. That's wild. I need to split these up. It sucks. That was told yesterday. The painter. BP in the lead according to Bass Track. Did y'all see? Did y'all see old Bernie getting some action on the Buzz piece this morning? Frank, you just need to come on down south next year and do some January, February, March fishing. I think it'd do you good. Stearman, dude, did you not cringe at that land? Like the whole time I was like, what are you doing? Because like he had a couple things he did. He did something goofy with his rod and got slack in his line. And then he reached down panicky trying to grab the fish and he grabbed the bait and then let go of the bait and like finally wrestled the fish in. And I was like, what are you doing, dude? You're like a 50-year veteran and you look like a panicked 10-year-old. But yeah, that was a very, very cringy fish land, I must say. It was bad. I didn't like it. Uh, I say he needs to retire probably because that was no sign of professionalism. That was panic. He was probably thinking, I've been doing this for 50 years. This is my time to shine. This is my tournament to win finally. Don't blow it. And just like tried to blow it. I mean, would it be cool to see Bernie win one finally? Sure. But I mean, after seeing that fish, um, after seeing that fish and how he tried to land it and that he actually did land it, I was thinking to myself, Bernie's going to win this damn thing. Because when you do shit like that and like you still land the fish, there's something otherworldly going on. Because I don't feel like a buzzbait is a great like. I feel like a fish can throw a buzzbait pretty easy, and everything he did, that fish should have come off like 6 times. But it didn't. It didn't. It stayed on. Refund? Yes. Okay. Next. Stop these white eyes. They're dry. They dried way quicker than that yellow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, no, Tim, and I feel like Fritz made a ton of wrong moves in his. Like you'd see Fritz reach down there and grab the bill of the bait and like grab his line and do all this other shit, and it's like, dude, Fritz, how do you ever land a fish doing that goofy shit? He made it work. He caught him. Not having a great time at Lay Lake, it doesn't look like, but Travis, you gonna come up to Pigstone? Do a little bass wrangling up there? I don't know what state it's in, but supposedly this summer we're supposed to go. I need to sign these. These are my best eyeballs ever. I'm not in love with all of them because they're too big. They're too. They're bigger than my norm. Me neither, Stearman. Me neither. Okay. These are signed. Signed, dated. It's nerve-wracking to watch him play a fish that long, but I swear you don't see him. No, I don't know how he does it, dude. It's not so much fighting them around the boat. It's when they get close. Like when it's time to grab them. Dude, there's no telling how many fish have been lost by guys growing up watching Fritz land fish and trying to emulate him. No telling. Wilson, Alabama? Tennessee River, Wilson? The neighbor in Home Improvement? Once I get my building done, I'll start fishing more. Yeah, you gotta get that thing knocked out. What beauties. Also enough to fill a tractor like that. I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like when I was coming up, I'd see Fritz, and Fritz was king. And it's like maybe that's how you land fish, and you like start walking around the boat, and they jump off. And it's like, dude, screw this. Screw this. I think Fritz is probably responsible for me landing the fish the way I did, as quickly as possible. And the only time I get down to get one, I go straight to straight to the driver console to where I can reach him. That hanging over the boat shit don't work. 4:36. I might get out of here by 6 o'clock tonight. Maybe. All right. All right, dudes. I say I'm gonna put these up. I'm gonna have to wait around for them to get done. I might not. I might get done at damn 7 up here. Uh, who knows? All right. Let me go. Oh, damn it. I still got these. I put everything up. I haven't even dotted these I's. What an imbecile. Travis, do you have like a hot rod, or is it for like your wife's car? You got an old Chevelle sitting out there in the driveway that you're trying to keep protected? That would have been bad if I'd have forgotten these. I'd have been real pissed. Oh. Grandfather bought it new. 68 Dodge D100. 46,000. Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome. I've always wanted some sort of old muscle car. My favorite was the 70 Chevelle. If you gave me a bunch of cash and said Wilson Lake in Kansas, so I thought you were coming to Tennessee River. Um, if you said here's some money, go buy you a hot rod. I'll buy me a 70 Chevelle. I like the way those look the best. Three. Four. And 5. All right. Clear coat time. My 88 Champion 15. No, you might need a bigger shop, dude. Two boats, trucks, cars. Muscle car is a primer gray 79 Bronco. Tim, what color you got planned on that thing? Wife has a 79 El Camino? Wow. That's gonna be a pretty awesome shot, dude. My brother-in-law's got an El Camino. His is like a 75 or 6 or something. Hell, this might be a 79. I don't know. He won some award for it though at a car show. The El Camino is the beast. How about that? All right, dudes. I'm gonna go in here and try and get these clear coated. Be on the lookout for them tonight. I'll send them an email to the camp and let everybody know when these monstrosities are done. So might be later, but like I said, got to pay the piper, so I got to get these done today. Y'all be good. Take it easy. Wish me luck. Have a good weekend. If you go fishing, good luck. Catch a bunch of fish. I kind of like to have a fish fry this weekend. That's what I want to do tomorrow. I want to fry fish. Maybe we'll catch some and knock the heads off of them. Y'all be good. Talk to you later.